Your Excellency, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Honorable Chief Justice, Lady Justice Martha Koome, the Honorable Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, the Honorable Attorney General, distinguished guests, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really not known for being nervous, but this was an ambush. It is a great honor for me to stand here to celebrate my friend, sister from another mother, mentor, very distinguished Kenyan, Lady Justice Ndungu. And I really want to appreciate, on behalf of her friends and even the women's movement, the endorsement that Kenya, the government of Kenya, and Your Excellency have given to her candidature. Now, everybody has spoken about Lady Justice's distinguished and illustrious career, which is so. But I want to speak on a personal level, because I have known Ndoki for years. We have come a long way from our girlhood, let's say girlhood, from those days. And I have watched her from when she was a state council. And I will say this about her. And this is not flattery. This is really about the person that we are here to celebrate her candidature. Ndoki is a person of courage and conviction. She is not afraid to take a stand when a stand needs to be taken. I recall even when she was state council, she had the audacity to actually take a stand against a particular view, which got her into quite a bit of trouble. But she said that it was against the administration of justice. Ndoki Ndungu, as she has climbed, I will tell you that she is also a very strategic thinker and organizer. When she was a member of parliament and working on the Sexual Offences Act, it took a lot of convincing because there was a lot of resistance. The male members of parliament, I remember even one of them said, because at that time Jacob Zuma was being tried in South Africa for sex crime, and they said this is the law that they want to bring so that they can take us the Zuma way. And so Ndoki helped devise a strategy, called in civil society, and devised a strategy, mapping, identifying the resistance, and adopting a message. And we adopted members of parliament. She got some of the most conservative men to be the ones to support the sexual offences bill at that time, and it passed. And when you think about where we are coming from and the traditional character, you understand that it took a lot of strategy to be able to pull that off. As Ndoki has risen through the ranks, she has not become too big to engage. I will tell you that even as a Supreme Court judge, as civil society, when we have needed assistance, there was a time that there was a proposal to lower the age of sexual consent from 18 to 16 years old. And there was panic about what that entailed and what that meant for women and girls in Kenya. Ndoki was happy to support us. She took off her robes and she would come to the office and sit. I remember the first day that she came to the office, the guards were very shocked. They said, "Is that Supreme Court judge?" Because sometimes you engage with people and they become, talk to my PA, but not Ndoki. She's a woman of courage and conviction. I have heard her commitments, and I've read them, about bringing Africa's perspective to the ICC. And you can be sure that if there is a voice that Kenya needs at the ICC, or that Africa needs, Ndoki's voice is it. She has not been afraid to take unpopular positions. She talked about her dissenting opinion. What she didn't say is what it cost her. I think you all know, as politicians, Kenya can be a very difficult place when you take an unpopular opinion. And some of her positions, which are of conviction, have put her in serious crosshairs with people, threats and all. But that doesn't make her hold back. And that's the kind of leadership that we need. And so, even as Kenya has endorsed her, I want to say this. I also commit to rallying civil society, because I know that part of the ICC process will be a Congress of CSOs, civil society. And we are going to call upon our civil society and women rights organizations to be patriotic, because this is for Kenya. And Kenya blazes the trail. We have just had the Africa Forward conference. Africa is the new frontier. And Kenya is the one that is leading that trail. And so I want to thank you and congratulate you, Ndoki, and wish you the very best, and to remind you this one thing, and I say this to you and to all of us. There is a lady who said that each one of us is a voice that God speaks into a generation, meaning that each one of us carries a certain mandate that only we can execute in this lifetime. And Ndoki, with your work, even with the sexual offenses bill, you know, you opened a whole world of other engagement. Today, women are seen, women are heard, survivors, sexual and gender-based survivors are seen and they are heard. They are not ignored. Our government hears, we have judicial processes for voices that were silent before. I believe you are a voice, a very clear voice that needs to speak now on the international stage. And so we will pray for the favor of Yahweh. I like the prayer that you prayed. Indeed, except Yahweh builds a house, they labor in vain that build it. You have a serious political organizer supporting you, because, Mr. President, you have never lost an election, and we don't plan to lose this one. So you must make sure we don't lose this one. We are firmly behind you. I would be remiss if I do not say on the aside, Mr. President, the women of Kenya still have a date with you. We are still waiting for the 2/3 law. You need to open the gates. There are other Ndokis that also need to come through. Do it, because you do the hard things. This one has been hard. Please, crack it now. Congratulations, Ndoki, and all the best.